Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transform Dreamwave, let me use a box here, TCW12, which, yeah, I don't know what that's really supposed to stand for. This is basically an upgrade kit for, the, Legacy the Legacy Megatron, or was it Legacy? I don't know. Legacy Megatron, Armada Megatron. It is, however, not an upgrade kit for the Titan tidal wave. Funny enough, even though you would think that would be the case, considering. Um, but I'll get into that in a bit. But first, we will start with a look at the box. And we do have a nice render of the figure there on the front. And then on the sides, we just have the logo over and over. And then we got some legal jargon on the bottom. And we get our product shots on the back. And he does split into the Dark Fleet, but he does also have the combined aircraft carrier mode as well. So, but that's it for the box. And we do get some lovely instructions. There we go. And yeah, you can see it does combine with the Megatron, and well, it is sort of an upgrade kit for the tidal wave, but only 2 of the 3, which is weird. Anyway, there is that. And as far as accessories go, we get the pre-order bonus, little airplanes. We got our Star Saber team here, and then we got Starscream, and then one other, which is supposed to be one of the other stickers. I don't know if that's supposed to be like Ramjet or Skywarp. It does seem to have the shark cone head fin there. I'm not entirely sure. And these aren't specified. This is just a pre-order bonus. And it does show in the pictures these like sitting on his arms. They don't peg in anywhere. They would just like sit loosely. So I'm probably just going to leave them on the clip. It's not something I'm too interested in. But that's a cool thing they included for people who want it. And then we also get some alternate shoulder pieces, and I'm going to do a little video explaining how to switch those right now. So yeah, I'm just filming this quick little bit in advance. Don't mind the giant bumblebee in the background. But I just replaced the first shoulder on this little tidal wave. And so here we have the original shoulder. As you can see, it does have some general motion. It is a little restricted just by the molding here in the outward movement. But you do get, if you wiggle it out a little bit, very squeaky. You do get a outward motion, and you do get 360 rotation. Whereas the new shoulder, or the replacement shoulder, is on a ball joint, so as you can see, you get much more motion out of this. And it does just pop off the same and fold away the same. It does not affect the transformation in any way. I don't really understand why they didn't just make this the default and not make an extra set of shoulders, so... But yeah, I just wanted to show the difference real quick before I replace the other one. And we're back. So first we'll take a quick look at the figure. And he is well sculpted. He has nice details everywhere. And some slight asymmetry here in the legs and on the shoulders. These guns do move. They do have a hinge here, and they do swivel, but it is really easy to pop them off because they just have this tiny little peg. Let's see if I can get this focus here. It's just this tiny, tiny little peg. So it's really easy for them to pop off. So I just kind of leave them in a static pose, or maybe sometimes I'll flip the guns up, but I don't really rotate them around too much. But you can pose them if you want to. I think going off that, we should just go ahead and jump into articulation. So for the head, you just get a hinge forward and backward. It's pretty limited. You do get side to side though. It is on a swivel, so there's that. Let me lift this up just a bit. I do have the ball jointed shoulders on both arms now, so you do get plenty of wiggly waggly. You do get some nice motion. The shoulders work a little bit smoother because of it. The shoulders can come all the way out to the side, so there's that. And you do get a slight bit of like butterfly out of it. Yeah, you do get an elbow swivel, and you do get a deep elbow bend past 90 degrees. It does have a bit of a like foop point right here, so there's that. You do get a full 360 at the wrist, and you do have some articulation in the fingers. You do have a hinge at the knuckle and a hinge at the halfway point. You also have a ball joint on the thumb and a hinge partway through the thumb, which I always appreciate a little. Yep, see, popping off. I always do appreciate a little bit of articulation in the hands. It makes for more dynamic poses. The hip skirts can lift up here. Don't really get any waist movement, unfortunately, because you can see this is all kind of solid. You do get some forward at the leg, a nice kick range. You do get 90 degrees at the knee. Actually, I think you can get, yeah, you can get a bit further. In fact, if you want to open up this panel, you can get a lot further, because that's actually how he transforms. These can move back and forth if you want to pose them in different ways. The fins look a little just too big for me, so I just kind of tuck them around the back, but to each their own. That came loose. Let's see, you do get a swivel at the upper thigh because of the mushroom peg here. And would you stop coming unpegged? And you do get separate ankle tiltage on the toes and the heel, as you can see here. And then you do get a little bit of downward movement for transformation in the toe. Not really any upward, unfortunately. But yeah, no ankle swivel. So, but overall, pretty solid articulation. And I think that's about it for that. We will do a very quick comparison. And let's see, where is it? Where did I put him? I know I brought him over here somewhere. Where the heck did I put him? I've lost my Megatron. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's behind me. Oh, there we go. Here he is with Legacy Megatron. And just for a quick comparison, here he is with the Titan tidal wave. Just so you see how they stack up. But we'll go ahead and get these two out of the way. Get you off to the side, put you somewhere where I won't forget where you are. And now we are going to transform him first into the airship carrier mode and then into the dark fleet. So to do the airship carrier, first thing we're going to do is pretty obvious. We just want to straighten out the arms and make sure that the pink stripage lines up. And personally, I like to flatten out the hands. And he does have a little backwards bend on his fingers, so they can sort of press flush up against the top. And then I like to just bring the thumb down and fold it up like that. Then you want to untab this chest that is just really not sticking today. But yeah, you want, oh, I should probably do the other option. We'll just do that real fast. And then we'll bring these out to the side. Then you're going to pull this up, and then you want to push it down until it clicks, then rotate it around, and that will give you the space you need to fold in his head. Then you're going to push this back up. Yep, see? These just keep falling off. And then we are going to bring these together and just sort of tab them together down the middle, like so. And we can just fold all of this down. And then for the legs, unfortunately, you do need the parts form for this. You just take them off at the mushroom peg here. And then for the first one, let's see, I want to make sure I'm doing this the right way. Pretty sure. So one of them you want to flip around, and I believe it's this side with the peg on it. You want to flip it around and make sure that the peg is on the outside. The other one, you just rotate all the way up, like so. And we'll find out in a second if I did that right. Put that down. Now, there were a couple of things I had to do out of the box. Nothing too crazy, but one of them was oil up these knees, because you could literally hear the plastic grinding and they were super stiff. All you really got to do is just take out these screws, and then this part, there's like a cylinder, and this part wraps around it. And I just took some lubricating oil and a toothpick and just put a little drop, traced it around the line where the two pieces met, because it was super tight. Like, the oil didn't even go in there on its own. That's why I had to use the toothpick. Flipped it over, traced it with the same toothpick, and then when I put it back in, I just wiggled it back and forth until it stopped squeaking. And then I kept going until it was smooth enough that I could actually just push on this part and get it out. It still kind of gives me a little trouble. Get it out without having to use a tool, because it was just super stiff. And I think I put a little bit in the shoulders as well. I just don't remember exactly where. But yeah, just be aware that some of his joints are going to be a little on the, well, very much on the tight side when you get him out of the box. So I would recommend lubricating those. But yeah, you just close up the feet, fold this in, close that up, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Just fold this in, close that up, and this piece right here, see if I can get a better view of that. This piece right here does just tab into this hole in the heel like that. So, and then you're going to come over here and let's see. Yes, I did do this right, because this tab is going to go into this hole, and then you can see these two brackets will hook onto the chest here. So we're going to lift this up actually. Plug this in like so. Plug in the other side, and then again that tab will go into this slot, and then we just bring this back down and it'll hook into those slots there. And there we have him in his aircraft carrier mode, and it is a nice little version. This is basically just like a legend scale tidal wave more than an upgrade kit, but it is listed as an upgrade kit, funny enough. But yeah, there you have that, and not really too much as far as like articulation. I mean, it is a vehicle mode. Obviously, you can still move these cannons a little bit if you want to. There aren't really any major features here on this mode. Actually, I think I keep the thumbs up and just straighten those out a little bit. But yeah, I always do prefer this vehicle mode with the three pieces combined. So put him down, and we'll do another quick comparison. Here is next to the Fans Hobby Tsunami, just so you get an idea of how he scales with a third-party option. So there's that. And now we will transform him into the Dark Fleet. So we're just going to pull this up a little bit and just pull these off. And we're just gonna come here and just untab these. And these ball joints do pop off nice and easy, nothing to worry about. And then you just fold them back around like so. And there you have the front piece. Then you're just going to come here, squeeze this back down, and just bring these forward together like so. And then we just tab these together like so. And there we have our Starfleet. And now to do a little comparison with these. Here are the sections from the Titan tidal wave. So there's that. And we'll just take a quick look at them. And for the most part, they're pretty similar. Obviously, the paint on this guy is a lot better, as you can see. And just sort of, yeah, they're almost the exact same size. I think these wings are just a smidge bigger. And then we got this part. This one is actually, feels a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's a little shorter. I don't remember, do these? Yeah, no, these don't move, so. Yeah, there's that. And then you can see why I say that the arms don't work, because they are very, very drastically different in size. So, yeah, definitely can't put these on the original tidal wave. And honestly, I don't know why you would really want to switch these onto the tidal wave. If you want to combine them, I think you just combine this guy straight with the Megatron. But now I am going to go ahead and attach these guys so we can get a comparison as they are the upgraded Megatron armor. So I will be right back. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to show that the Transform Dreamwave parts just on the actual tidal wave, just because that is a thing that they list. So I did at least want to show that, and it's the same combination points. You just have this right here. Just should plug on. I think I got this upside down. Yeah, like that. I do have that on, right? Yeah. There we go. No, I don't. Am I doing this wrong? That's weird. Yeah, that's how it lines up. Just doesn't hold very well. It's weird. Yeah. That's so odd. It goes on, but it doesn't really go on. Oh, that's why. I'm not doing it upside down, I'm doing it backwards. Oh boy. That's the foot connection, not the leg. Yeah, there we go. And then as far as this part, you just want to fold these up and around. And see, it should. We're gonna have you sit down for a second here. Oh, apparently they still don't want to stay in there. Come on. Oh, jeez. There. Want to be able to show this. So it should go like this, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Yeah, just like that. And then obviously the hands are just way too small to fit. So yeah, that doesn't work. Anyway, back to the combination mode. Okay, so here we have our Galvatron with the Titan tidal wave parts. And then here we have Megatron with the TDF, or not TDF, TDW pieces. So first of all, I will say that this is definitely much better scaled to his actual size. You can see that this is like just way too big. These parts are around the same. You know, honestly, this one really just has the fact that it's painted a bit better. I'd say either one is fine on this part. I will give credit to the Titan for the backpack though, because you can see it combines in the middle, and that actually stabilizes his shoulders, which this mold has notoriously poor shoulder pieces. So I will say that he does win in that department. So it's sort of a tie as far as this combined mode goes. Titan wins on backpack. TDW wins on the arms, and then they're kind of tied for the middle piece. So, but I just wanted to give a look at both combined so that you can see how each one works out. But honestly, I got this to display as tidal wave. The combined mode power up mode here, doesn't really matter to me that much. And I'm not going to use the Titan pieces either, because like I don't mind the fins in the backpack, but I don't like that he loses his hands, or at least his fingers, with this. So I'm not really planning on using that either. It's not a big deal to me. I mean, I could now, since I have that Gigazarak, I could do a combined mode with the Fans Hobby version, but probably not going to bother. But yeah, overall, I do really like this figure. If you look at it as an upgrade kit, it is very much overpriced, but if you consider it as what it really is, as a third-party Legends scale figure, it's really not as bad, especially considering that Tidal Wave is a pretty big figure, and a lot of Legend scale figures are around the core class size. So, and some of them even at that size are like 70-80 bucks, and this guy I think was around 70 after tax and shipping and all that. So he's really not that bad, especially considering his actual size as a third-party Legends figure. But in the end, it'll be up to you whether you think he's worth it or not. I'm definitely happy with him. Again, he did need a little maintenance out of the box. So did need to lubricate some joints, mainly those knees. The knees were way too tight. You could just hear him scraping. But other than that, now he's fine. I really do enjoy him. He was giving me a little trouble with that chest piece today, but I don't really have too many issues with him, so I think I'd recommend him. But that's about all I have for this review. So I hope you all enjoyed, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.